Hey guys, it's Brianne, and I got the new Naked Smoky palette and wanted to do a smoky eye look for you. So I am using the color Combust from the palette. It's a pinky nude color, and that is going to be our transition color today. So we're putting that in the crease and going up to the brow bone, and this is the brush that comes with the palette. I'm using the fluffier side. And then I am taking the color Password, which is a kind of a medium gray, and it's a matte color. And I'm putting that in the crease and just blending it upward just a little bit. And I am using the same fluffy side of the brush that came in the palette. And this brush actually worked really well for that. I liked it. The other end is smaller and more dense, which I think works a little better for maybe lining your lash line with eyeshadow. We're just blending that out, and then I'm going to take my gel liner from Maybelline to start my wing liner here. I'm kind of just mapping out how far out I want it to go and making sure that the angles are even on both sides. And I'm using the Milani gel liner pencil, which is very similar to the one that comes with the Maybelline. I just couldn't find that one. And now I'm just thickening the liner a little bit. I knew I wanted to use a gel liner that I knew I could smudge out and blend really well, which is why I chose the Maybelline one, plus it is very, very black. And then I am using tissue to help catch the fallout since I already have makeup on my face, and I am taking Black Market, which is a really, really almost black color. It's a shimmery, really dark gray, black kind of color, and I'm just using that to soften and smoke out the liner that we did. I'm just gonna take a sip of water here, guys. Hold on. Okay. So I'm just taking my time blending that out. And then I'm going to go in with the color Dagger, which is the color I am going to be using on most of my lid, but I first took that same little definer brush to just help transition from the kind of more black color a little bit better. But I'm going to be using kind of a fluffier base shadow brush right here with Dagger, which is a medium gray, and it's kind of sparkly, and I am just packing that all over the lid. These colors I find tend to work better when you use your finger, but I was trying to use a brush, and I am taking that all the way up to the crease, but I am not going into the inner corner yet because I'm going to use a lighter color, which right here is where I use the lighter color, which is High, and it is a sparkly kind of pinky champagne color. I'm using the other side of that brush, but it wasn't doing the trick, so I decided to go ahead and just use my finger since I knew that that would be best at really packing on that color and making sure it stayed really, really sparkly. And then I'm just using my another finger to go back with Dagger to just kind of blend those two colors together and make sure it has a really nice transition. And kind of just keep going back and forth between the two colors until I get it just right. And then I am taking a fluffier brush. This is a Real Techniques brush, and I'm going back in with Black Market just to deepen up the black since we lost some of the darkness of it when we put on Dagger. So I'm just going back and I'm just really trying to smoke that out and deepen the black color. Then I'm taking that gel liner and I am lining my bottom lash line, connecting it to the upper line, and I'm going almost all the way in, not quite, because I'm going to be doing something with the inner portion there. And then I am also just going over the upper liner line again as well, just to make sure it's really, really crisp on the edge and really, really black. I didn't want any of the shadows that we put up there to like mute it. Then I am going to take the color Smolder, which is a really dark kind of sparkly purpley color, and I'm using that to just smoke out that gel liner, first using just a detailer brush, so they blend really nicely, and then a fluffier brush here to do Smolder to kind of make it even more smoky and pull that color down a little bit more. And then I decided to go back up and intensify the dark color Black Market. A lot of times you'll have a vision for what you want to do for your makeup, but you don't really know how it's going to turn out until you start doing it. So this is where I decided I wanted it even smokier, and I am going to actually decide to bring it into my crease and all the way over which I'm doing right here. And this is still black market. I'm just being very light-handed with it, so it's not super, super, super dark. But see, there I am just taking black market, putting it in my crease, going all the way over, and then taking that Urban Decay brush again that had the remaining bit of Password on it to just kind of blend that out a little bit more. And I'm kind of just going back and forth and fine-tuning it. To get it to look really, to have nice transitions, you really have to kind of just keep blending and blending and blending and go back and forth, which is why this video is so sped up. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I just didn't want you guys to get too bored, because if I had done it in like real time, it took quite some time, and I didn't want you guys to get bored because it took forever to watch this. So that's why I sped it up a little bit faster for you guys. And then I'm taking a little bit of Password and smoking at the bottom a little bit more. Fine-tuning the top there. Then I decided to go back with the gel liner, and I'm kind of creating a new lower lash line. I'm kind of drawing it just under where my real lash line / tear duct area is. It's a good way to kind of open up your eyes a little bit more. So I'm trying to be careful to just bring it in just a little bit, not doing it too thick. And then I wanted to make sure that it wasn't too crisp. So before I blended that out, I went ahead and added high to my inner corner and in that little space between the new lash line we just drew at my tear duct. Here's where I'm blending that out, because I wanted to make sure that where that gel liner was on the inside, I didn't want it to be too dark, too black. I wanted it to be really smoky and blended. So I'm just going back with a couple of the colors to blend that out. And then I'm using the NYX Glam Liner in Rose Glamour, which is a really sparkly pink color, and I'm putting that in the space between the new lash line we created and my tear duct, because the color high just wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't sparkly or intense enough. And then I'm just doing a little bit more blending on that lower lash line. And then I decided to go ahead and add the liquid liner the Glamour liner from NYX on the top as well, because I wanted to add the sparkle up there too to help balance it out. So I'm doing it really, really close to the lash line. And then I am going and putting Jet Black, which is by Jordana, in my lower waterline. I'm keeping the center bare because I initially thought that I wanted to keep it bare so that my eyes would look more round and open. And then I'm tight lining my upper waterline. And then I decided I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole waterline. I didn't want to keep that spot bare anymore. So I'm blended that out for a second, and then I went back in with high again on my finger because I had lost some of that sparkle. And then I am highlighting my brow bone with 13 from the palette, which is a very, very light matte pink. I am doing my mascara to both the upper and lower lashes, and this is L'Oreal's Butterfly Lash Mascara. I really, really like this. It is one of my favorites. I really like how the brush is for this. I feel like I'm able to really get into the base of my lashes and separate those lashes, so it's one of my favorites. I am going to be applying lashes. These are Benefit lashes, and here I don't have any glue. I'm just putting them on to see that they're going to fit. A lot of times lashes are too long, and so you need to trim the outer portion of it, and then I'm bending it like that, as you can see, so that it'll really shape to the shape of my eye really well. I'm adding some glue. I believe this is actually from Kiss, and it goes on clear, well, it goes on white, but it will dry clear. And then once you get that on there, a good tip is to really let that dry for about 30 seconds before you apply it to your eye. If you put it on before it starts to get tacky, it's just going to slip around and it won't actually adhere to your eye. And you do want to apply this to your lid, but as close to your lashes as possible. You don't want to put it on your lashes, because when you remove them, you will possibly rip off some of your own lashes, and that's not good. So you do want to have it on your lid, but just as close to the lash line as possible, which is why I pinch it to kind of get it close. And I do kind of push upward on it to make sure that they're just kind of lifted upward. And I do know that the inner part isn't quite all the way to my lid there, but it was a really thick band, and I was okay with it not quite being close because it blended in really well. You couldn't really notice. And then this is Jordana's Rock and Rose lip liner. It is one of my absolute favorites. I get it at Walgreens. It's super affordable, and the color works. This liner works with many different lip colors. So I am overlining my lips so that they're really, really full. And then this is where my camera starts to slowly tip over. Oh my gosh, my tripod wasn't locked. So I am filling in the rest of my lips with the liner. And then I'm going to go in with a MAC color. It's Cream Cup, and it is a cream sheen color. And this is one of my favorite combinations, this lip liner with this lip color. It's just so pretty. And I am making sure that I go all the way to the very, very, very edge of my lip liner because I don't want a super, super dark edge on the outside. I want it to be pretty blended. So that's why I kind of keep going back and forth, trying to get as close to the edge as I possibly can to make that nice and blended. And then that is the look. I'll give you an up close view of it right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did and subscribe to see more videos. I really appreciate it when you guys do that. And until the next video, I hope you guys take care and I will see you later. Bye.